Alright guys, I know I've said it before and I'll say it again. With all my YouTube videos, there's never an outro and never an intro. So this was kind of an unplanned video. It was a very last minute dive we had. But I thought, you know what, I am currently out of content. If you guys know what's going on, the water is not my best friend right now. The past like month and a half, it's just been blown out. There's been really big waves. It's been raining, so the water clarity just sucks. All around just haven't been able to get in the water, but I did dig around in the archive a little bit, look if I had any footage, and I had this one. We did hit, I just want to get this out the way, we did hit 1K subscribers, and I cannot stress this enough. I appreciate every one of you guys. It means a lot to me that we were able to hit that milestone. Like I said, I set that back in January to hit it, and it's only like March, and we already hit it. You guys are incredible. I appreciate every one of you guys. And I know I haven't been uploading as much as I really want to be uploading because my computer is currently giving me a headache. I literally want to shoot myself. I have like 3 brain cells after editing the last video because this one, this computer is just not agreeing with me. First, it won't save the whole project. Then I gotta cut the project up and try. That's why in the last video it was really weird. Okay, enough rambling for me. Again, I appreciate all you guys, but this video, last minute dive. We jumped in at one of the spots that I don't normally dive. This is like Roydham's spot. That's why in a part of the video I blurred out the background because I don't have that kind of right to like, and to me it just don't feel right to go and blow up somebody's spot that they dive a lot. So this was just out of respect for the guys I dove with. That's why I blurred the spot a little bit. But it was fun. I shot a moo, dive bombed him. I had a clip of me shooting another one, but I lost it somewhere along the lines. It was really epic. I wish you guys would have seen that one. We encountered a very, very cool creature, animal in the water. It was very psycho. You guys are going to want to see it. Definitely one of the most coolest things I've ever seen diving so far. Definitely won't forget that thing. But yeah, let's jump straight into the video. Again, I appreciate you guys for letting us hit 1K subs. We're on the road to 2K, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would join. Currently, like, more like 80% of you guys aren't subbed. If you guys do enjoy the content, please hit that sub button. It's totally free, and who knows, man, who knows, you guys could see some epic stuff on this channel. But yeah, to the next video. See you later. Peace. Alright guys, so let's jump straight into it. This is the first drop of the dive. We were swimming out. We didn't even get that far out either. As you guys can tell, it's so shallow. And a big red ooh ended up bumping into me right here. That's why I'm kind of nervous now. You see that pile of fish right there? Yeah, it was a big red uhu in there. And he bumped into me in the middle of the sand, so I'm trying to find somewhere to drop. Ended up finding a nice little spot. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna hide over there and try to see if I can get him to come in. This is just when I got my new wetsuit, so I took off a weight and I forgot to put it back on. So right here, I'm kind of tossing around in the surge. If you watch plenty, so I'm like already high, and I'm like just getting thrown all around. I'm like, oh, it's not happening. He's not coming back in. But way off in the distance, you can see he kind of chills out there, but it's really hard to see him in dirty water. But yeah, for the most part, he kind of didn't come back in. He kind of just stayed away. But I was like, maybe I'll get a chance on one of the smaller ones to come in. But unfortunately, nothing came in, so I headed back up to the surface. This drop right here, again, we got on the outside. Now we're on the outside. Ended up bumping into another group of oohs. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm going to try again and see if they give me a chance. But, so, I go down. I'm kind of trying to find somewhere to land. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold on to this reef right here. So that way I don't float anymore. But because I'm in a little deeper water, I kind of sit on the bottom a little bit better. But really nowhere to hide out here. It's just flat and just, you know, nothing. So I just kind of tucked behind this coral head and just decided to wait and see if anyone's going to come in. But so far, only a bunch of 9-eyes and Polanis came in. It's really cool seeing though to have all this fish swimming around in front of me. Just waiting for the oohs to come in, see if they'll show up. Doing some light scratching. Kind of just waiting around, but again, unfortunately, they didn't want to play me, so on my way back up to the surface I go because I don't got a breath hold like Aquaman. This drop right here, it's the same pile of fish. But the oohs, after I came up, they kind of swam up to me, like on the bottom. They kind of were hovering below me on the bottom. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna drop again and see if they come in. So right here, taking another drop on the pile of seeing if the oohs will come in. So on my way down. It's kind of a little bit deeper. Kind of went off that little lip right there a little bit into a little bit deeper water. There was a little bit better of a spot to hide to. Watch, you're gonna kind of see where I kind of tucked down this little hole right here. And did some light scratching, just waiting to see if they come in. But again, so far only the 9-eyes coming in. Had some pretty solid callers came in this time too, but just trying to see if the oohs are gonna come in. Getting that big pile of fish is so epic to be down there and have just surrounded by fish. Pretty cool. See the collars in the back, some pretty nice. I was tempted, but I really wanted an ooh, so I was trying to see if he'd come in. Kind of just waiting around, seeing if they come in, but again, these oohs, man, they don't want to play. Fish out that side of the island just don't want to play with you, so they didn't end up coming in, so back to the surface I went. So right here, after we started fighting with the oohs for a little while, we decided to swim a little bit more out. Ended up finding a really nice taco. Door went.
Leave it too deep.
I'm cracking up because these guys. So right there, he ended up going out. I found a really nice taco, and Thor was gonna go down to try and get it, but it was a little bit too deep for him. He couldn't get down to the bottom, and I just was kind of cracking up, laughing about it. So here we go. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a breathe up, and I'm gonna work my way down there and see if I can get him out. This is kind of like a little bit off of that flat reef we just was on with the oohs, because you can tell on the left side of the screen. See how it kind of like has that, like, I guess you could say, like, that little drop off. It doesn't look like a big difference on camera, but it was a pretty big difference in the water. So here we go. I'm on my way down. This hole was just gigantic too. Like you're gonna see when I get down there. I kind of look around because I was like, oh, maybe there's another one, but there was only one. So I go down, do my usual, drop away from the hole because I don't like dropping directly on it. And then right there you see me looking around the other hole, seeing if I could find anything, but only this one in there. So start poking them out. I do more of like a scoop. I've said it before, but I don't really do like a jab. I kind of more like scoop them out. That's kind of just the way I get them out. So I kind of like go behind them and try to pull them out with my flap. But sometimes it works like that, and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, first taco to dive, and we're on our way back up to surface. This drop again. This is where I just found the taco. Right after I found the taco, on my way up to my right, there was a little uku swimming around. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna, see if I can take a drop and a bigger one will come in. But this is a little bit in that deeper water. Again, you can tell the water looks a little deeper. This is off that little ledge, so I was like, okay, working my way down, trying to see if I can get anything to come in. So I hit the bottom. I end up tucking myself in this little hole right here, and somewhere in this frame, it's like that top left, you'll see the little baby uku come in. It's pretty cool. So he'll come in soon. He's like right there middle of the screen. He's a nice little baby one. He came in. With him came in a couple nonos, and I was very tempted to shoot one of them, but I was hoping right there on the right side of the screen, you see him kind of come in. I was really tempted to shoot one, but I was hoping a big uku would come in. So I was like, you know what? It's deep water. I'm gonna wait out here and see if I can get anything to come in. So doing some scratching, kind of just looking around, seeing if it'll come right, anything will come in. That uku's kind of just chilling over there, but unfortunately, again, fish just didn't want to play this day. Nothing came in, so back up to the surface we go without shooting my gun. This drop right here, again, another solid taco. We went up a little bit shallow. After we figured out the fish weren't playing around with us, we decided to go up shallow and look for some tacos. So that's what we did. We went up shallow, and as soon as we got up on the flats, I found this one right here. Nice little one. Hit a mean little hole. Let's go down there, give him some little squeegees. Came right out. I'm looking around for another uku because I'm just always on the hunt for ukus, especially in that deeper water, or like that, not deeper, but like when we're a little bit more farther out, I kind of look for ukus, but they never come around. They are always gone. This drop again, swam a little bit more. We're on that same taco flat that we was been on. Found another really, this is actually a kind of solid taco, I'm not gonna lie. You can see his big brown blob on the reef in the right corner. So I go down. Start poking him out. If you notice, I always drop away from the hole. It's just something I do. This taco is big. Look how small the hole is, but this taco was kind of decent. Yeah, that was a solid taco for a little baby. But yeah, I always drop away from the hole. It's just something I do. Lessens the chance of me scaring. Alright guys, so this drop right here, again, kind of repetitive, but I'll still break it down. We went on the outside, still running, swimming around the flats, kind of about getting ready to cross this channel. I saw this taco tucking himself away. Look at this hole, bro. My dude was like invisible. I just barely, he kind of came out and then went to tuck away, and I found him tucking himself away. So I ended up scoring a nice taco right before we crossed the sandy channel to get to the other side of where we were gonna dive that day. So we're here, we're kind of like borderline on the edge of where we're gonna cross over into the next channel, and I ended up finding another taco. Well, what do you know? I tend to find a lot of them in like some funky places. Like, it genuinely trips me out sometimes. But yeah, here's another one. This one wasn't actually that big. It looked big, but it really wasn't that big. I went down, poked at it a little bit. Couldn't figure out where he was, and kind of was just over it because I knew it was small, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it. So I ended up letting that one go. And we went about our day, and we just kept swimming over the channel. And then right here, right before we crossed the channel, I ended up running into a pile of moose. It's pretty epic to see. Like, so I'm trying to. They're here. I just found the best spot for me to hide to try and get them to come in, but even this spot wasn't that great. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try tuck away under this little corner. You look in the distance right there, you'll see all of them. They're all out there. Like, there's one right there. And then I do the technique where you hide your face. I just kind of put my face in the sand. But I'm kind of like trying to side eye it because I don't have a breath hold for nothing. So right here, I'm just staring at the sand, scratching, hoping they'll come in. But to shoot a moo, man, you need a breath hold and a half to do that, and I just cannot. I can never make it never make it happen. Like, it just doesn't happen for me. So here I'm still scratching. I'm just like barely peeking up. They're right there coming in. You can see all the moves right there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a big one to come in, so I was out of breath already. So back up to the surface we go with a broken heart. But it was nonetheless, it was pretty cool to have some small moves come in. Alright guys, so this drop right here, again, I was overfished. Like, I already made the decision that dropping on them and trying to hold my breath was not working. So right here, I was kind of following these couple of moves, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to dive bomb him. Right here, the move cuts left. You can see him kind of moving around the bottom of the middle of the screen right now. And then right here, I don't shoot. Let me know in the comments if you guys would have shot that. I didn't shoot. I don't know what I was thinking. But this drop right here, we got to the channel. Right, you can see the sand channel right there. Right before we crossed it, there was a taco like right there on the edge of it. We already went down, me and Thor, and we tried to get it out. We just had the hardest time trying to get it out. It wouldn't come out. So here I am dropping on it again. I know. I'm double dropping on a taco, but he already came out, and I just dove down, gave one us, grab his ass real quick. You know what I mean? But yeah, double dropping on tacos. I know I suck, but sometimes it gotta be done. Right here, I point the gun. I'm like, I'm gonna take an protocol up with me. Boom, put the gun up. I'm like, yup, you're mine. Banger, shoot, point blank, miss. You know that. Hammer time. Only hammers miss that close. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's how that went. Right here, I'm fighting with my taco on the way up. He took my back. So right there, I was.
Bro, I'm in the same predicament.
So right there, Thor found a taco, but we both. We both had the problem where the tacos had our back, so I swam to him to try and help him, and so that he could help me. Well, this was just funny. Watch how funny this was. So right here, he's pulling the one off my back. There, right here, I'm pulling the one off his back. He had a fatty.
Bro, I fucking shot him. Look on, I missed. I missed. Mine too. I thought it was huge, bro.
But yeah, that was pretty fun. Me and Thor got a nice double. We had some problems in the mix. Shot on pellet collar, missed. But now we're like, okay, now we're really gonna cross the channel and get across. So just finishing up our tacos.
Is my camera rolling? Oh, that's gonna be funny as shit. Watching one of us die.
Right there, I said it was gonna be funny. Yeah, now we cross the channel. Alright guys, so we were crossing the channel and look what we ran into on the way across the channel. Definitely one of the coolest things I've ever seen diving in the water. I said in the intro, but I didn't know Hawaii had actual stingrays. I knew we had like manta rays and eagle rays. I don't consider those a stingray because, like, look, this thing. They don't look anything like this thing, man. This is like a legit stingray. It was really cool to see one of these things in the water. Like, definitely something I won't forget. Don't mind the dogs in the back, by the way. They're just being griefs. Definitely cool. Thor is up there. He's tripping out. But yeah, definitely something cool to see in the water. Alright guys, so right here, Thor's on his way up from grabbing the buoy rope. Because we dropped it after we saw that stingray. And right here, I'm looking. I'm like, bro, it's coming back. So I actually saw it coming back. It's to my left right now. But I'm just looking around. And then right there, you can see him kind of in the frame in a second. Right there, he's in the frame now. He's on his way back. I'm like, I'm gonna go down and get a picture of him. I'm gonna try to get closer this time, so I'm gonna try to get closer. So I drop down away from him in the sand, and then I start creeping my way towards him. But look at how cool this thing is. Like, I'm still mind blown to this day. Like, look at how radical that looks. It was just very impressive to me to see it in my own home waters like that. That was crazy. I've never seen one of those. I don't know. Maybe people run into them all the time, but I've never seen one. I don't know. It was just tripping me out. But yeah, so he ended up going up on this reef, and then we kind of just said our farewells, and just still to this day, man, really epic to see in the water. Then right here we got to cross the flats, and I ended up running into another pile of moose. So here I am going down to try and see if I can get one of them to come in. I already know from experience it's probably not happening, but you never know until you try. You never know until you try. So I found a really good hiding spot, a giant hole in the reef, and like, look at how tucked away I am. Perfect. But unfortunately, when I hit the ground, they were all gone. I couldn't even see them. So that's why I ended up coming up high like this to try and see if I could see them, but I didn't see nothing. So I decided, I'm just gonna try to sit a little while and see if anything comes in, anything shows itself. But fortunately, nothing ended up coming in but some moanas, some kalas up in the top. And that was about it that came in. So this dropper here, I actually ended up spotting the moose again, and what happened was I had that taco that I just grabbed in my hand, so I threw it and let it sink to the bottom, and they kind of came a little bit closer. So now I'm taking a drop on them to try and see if I can maybe get them to come in, like maybe I can entice them to maybe come in for the taco, because now I have the taco as like a decoy instead of me just trying to scratch. So there's a dead taco on the ground. I grab it right now, grab onto this coral head, because remember I said that my weights was off, and I start waving in the air to see if they're gonna come in. If you look way in the back of the frame, like way deep, in a second, like right around here, you can kind of see them. It's kind of hard for me to see them through the computer, but earlier when I was editing it on the bigger screen, you can kind of see them out there, kind of chilling, but they were way too smart. Again, they just didn't. The fish today didn't want to have nothing to do with me. I don't know what was going on. So, again, still trying though. I'm still gonna try. You gotta at least give me the dat, right? Even though I failed that many times, I still tried to see if I could get one to come in. So here we go again, retake again, going down on the same pile of moves to try and see if I can get one to come in. Sooner or later, I'll get one to come in. you know, on the bottom, just sitting there scratching. So, working my way to the bottom. Kind of deep now that I think about it. Hit the bottom. But there's really nowhere to hide out here. They were just sitting out in the middle of a flat reef, just kind of chilling. Like, there was no cover. You can kind of see them way out there. They're just kind of vibing. With all the poalus, they're all just out there kind of cruising. But still, that's really far away. None of them even wanted to come close enough to even maybe give me a shot. They just all stayed way outside. Again, broken-hearted, back to the surface with no more on the shaft. Alright guys, so here it is. I was fed up on this drop. I was fed up with trying to go down for the moose, trying to hold my breath for them. Ended up following these little bit smaller ones to the inside. Little pile of them, follow them to the inside, and they hit a little wall. You can't really tell in the frame, but that's a little wall in front of me. And right here, one of them tries to split off. I'm like, oh, right here, bet, this is me. So I start dropping on them. You can kind of see them right there, splitting right in front of my gun now. Took a Hail Mary shot from way down deep and connected. And I was like, oh yeah, there we go. Got his ass. You see me dancing. I'm like, oots, 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 oots. Got him. Boom, watch this. Left field. Thor coming down to backup shot. Because prior to this, I shot one and it ripped off. So Thor was playing no games. He was playing no games. Okay? I'm like, nah, bro, it's good, it's solid. Just hold the taco for me. So I was stoked. Shot a moo. It wasn't the biggest moo out there, but it also wasn't the smallest moo. It was like a nice little 2-3 pound moo. It was a really solid moo. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, got his ass. So it's really epic, man, really epic to finally connect with one after having all of them not want to come in. Me not taking the shot on the first one and then missing and all of that. So it was really epic to actually get one to come in. I mean, actually get one to stick on the shaft. So, if you guys hunt moose, you know how hard they are to shoot. I'll just stick to dive bombing them. I won't go to the ground.
Not that crazy, but still a nice little mooskies.
Right there, I blew it out the back. I've said it before, but it's just not my kind of right to go and blow up a spot that someone dives all the time. Just admiring this nice little move. Then right here, this drop, we're already heading back in, and ended up finding another taco. Thor goes down. Because I already went down and couldn't get it out, so Thor goes down and boom, gets it. Apparently it came out the hole. I didn't even see it, but it came out the hole, so all he had to do was grab it. And yeah, we secured another really solid taco for that. It's actually a fatty taco. You can see it.
I told you honest, I thought we was getting this fucker out. I thought we was getting it out. The hole.
Alright guys, so this drop right here was on our way in, and I ended up finding another taco on the way in. This one is actually really big. This is probably one of the biggest ones we found this day. Funny enough, I found them right on the inside, like super close. I was getting ready to wrap up the buoy rope already and start swimming straight in, and then I looked down and I was like, oh, there's a fat taco. But yeah, if you know where I'm diving, kind of, you know, kind of keep it between everybody. Not too many. Some people will know and some people won't. It's just one of those. I just don't want everybody to go dive that spot because I don't dive it personally a lot, but I know people that do, and it just wouldn't be right. Alright guys, now we're back to the outro. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, there's never an intro, never an outro. That's just how my YouTube channel works. I really hope the goat's not loud downstairs. Me and my cousin caught a goat and we kept it as a pet and it's crying downstairs. I really hope it's not loud. If it's loud, don't mind that. That's just my goat. We have a little baby goat. You want to see that? I'll put my Instagram in the comment section below, and maybe you guys can see it on there. I'll probably post it on there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Again, it was really epic. We saw a stingray. Let's just get this out of the way. I didn't even know until last year Oahu, or just Hawaii in general, had stingrays. I know we have an egret and a manta ray, which is kind of a stingray, but I don't consider that a stingray. They're like more like a regular bat ray. An actual stingray. You guys see that thing? Yeah, I didn't get too close to it because well, I don't know what was his name. The dude from Australia, Steve Irvin, something like that. That dude got shanked by one of those and he died. So I was definitely not trying to get stabbed by one of those and die. But it was really, nonetheless, it was really cool to see in the water. I shot a moon dive bombing. I am very deadly with dive bomb shots. You guys would have saw how far that was. Precision sniper. And that was it. And just the normal me and Thor just doing that thing, picking up tacos. Again, it was a new spot. I never dove this spot, and it was really fun to dive. I plan on diving it again. There's a lot of fish there and a lot of opportunities. Unfortunately, I just couldn't seal the deal with quite a bit of them. As you guys saw, most of them didn't even want to come in. That's why I had to dive bomb the moo. If you live on a wall, you know that the fish out here are very smart, especially on that side of the island. They are very, very intelligent. They got like a bachelor's degree in humanology, okay? So they know a human body when they see one, and they definitely don't come close. But hope you guys enjoyed that video. Until the next one, I'll see y'all later. Peace.